Yeah. Wonderful morning. The 8th day of October 2024. The songwriter said, "Oh, what a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer." Oh, what privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. What a privilege this is this morning. Looking at the time, of morning from the space where I am in Jamaica. It is 8 minutes to 3 o'clock. The dawning of a brand new day. It may be a different time where you are as to where you are located and the time zones where you locate. But nevertheless, the greatest thing to observe here, that no matter where you are, once you are seeing me, and once you are here, the greatest gift that ever given to you weren't taken away from you. Life is still abound. Whatever time it is, really and truly, it doesn't matter here. Every good things, you have the sense of feeling, the sense of hearing, the sense of seeing. Yes. And that should be enough to give God thanks for, or to give thanks for, if because of your philosophy you don't want to say God, or you don't say God, right? The Most High, in whom or what or how you want to entitle that energy, that source that makes you can see me, you can hear me, right? You can even interact with me, right? If you choose, right, to interact with me, which I would certainly, really and truly love for you to bring out your best behavior, and not only your best behavior, your true self, your honest self. I want the conceitedness of yourself to throw in the dustbin. I want your ill manners, I want your competitive nature to throw in the dustbin. Let us reason from a realistic standpoint. This is the People's Progressive Science, right? And the People's Progressive Science endeavored to reason and to come to a point where you can progress. We really bank on truth. We really search for truth, for one to know and to allow them to progress in life. And the reason why I'm saying this, I've observed time and time again that many of us do not know exactly what is wrong and what is right. I realize that people brand of righteousness comes from the brand of religion that they preferred, but in doing so, not recalling, or some people don't know, that religion is division. Religion will makes you, will divide you from the main issues, the main truth. You know, you have that main, everything have a main, right? And if you follow the different rules and regulations of religion, and then you will never know what is really and truly right and what is really and truly wrong. But if you try to find out the rules and regulation of the space you now occupy, we all occupied, then you would know the rules and the regulations. For instance, we are on this app called TikTok. A company that named ByteDance seizes the initiative to do whatever they have to do, and they come up with this company. Their wisdom takes them to this app, to build this app. But in doing so, they did not just build it up and leave it like that. They first installed a long list of rules and regulation that you must follow, or else you get kicked off the app, you get suspended from the app, you get penalized from the app, you're banned from the app. Why? Because you don't follow their guideline, their rules and their regulation that they would want you to live up to as long as you're on the app. Right? I hope you get it clear, because people often think that this is for free for all, because they did not stipulate a cover charge before you come on. They did not say to join this app or to be a part of this app, you have to pay $20 or $10. Yes? But if you look and see how the app is designed, you know that it is a money-making venture. Right? At no time this app was designed for only you to come and show off your beautiful face. Yes? Come on to advertise the circumference of your vagina or the length of your penis. No. Unfortunately, many thought so. Many who are using this app thought as much that it is so it is. No, my dear brothers and sisters, no matter which part of the world you're watching from, and the Savior. Their main objective is to make money and to build their economy, and they give you a chance to be on their up so you can do the same. Not equal with their income, but at least they marginalized you, that you get a fraction, right? At all times. So, my dear brothers and sisters, this up must use wisely, and not the way I saw it has been utilized on a daily basis. This app must use wisely. This app can be beneficial to so many people as it is now, but even more people. It would have garnered the interest of more people if good sense prevail. I said all of that to say this. There's a lot of people who ignore wisdom. There are a lot of people in this world ignore wisdom. I'm gonna reason this morning, I'm going to reason this morning. It is now 3 minutes after 3 o'clock. When this the 2024, the 8th of October, right? In a couple of weeks from now, 27th. That's my birthday. But I'm gonna reason on a topic this morning, which is entitled The Value of Wisdom. Why wisdom is important, and why we must always crave for wisdom more than anything else. But the crave is not for wisdom in this time. The craze is for material things, money. And money can easily get things to you without wisdom. Almighty God, what did Tychicus say? He's getting out of his mind? Is he going out of his mind? Yes. Money can get you all that you need. Yes. But yet you have no wisdom. Yet you have no wisdom. Lots of people have money and cannot manage it. The first thing you do is try to manage wisdom. Leo, I'm not going to get into a conversation with you. I'm only going to say this to you. From I come on, whether Jesus is real or Jesus is not real, that's a lack of wisdom, my dear sir. I mentioned nothing about Jesus. How are you going to now tell me that Jesus is not real? Right? I'm speaking of wisdom. Why didn't you respond to wisdom? Hmm? So right there and then, you know what you did a while ago? Show that your wisdom is not clicking, and you expose yourself right away. Right? You expose yourself right away, you know that you lock exactly what I'm talking about. So what I want you to do, Leo, sit, listen to this conversation. God has blessed you so you can even spell the word Jesus, mind your mother. Right? God has blessed you that you can even do that. So what you do? Sit back, relax, and get some wisdom. Because clearly you are lacking it completely. It is only the mercy of God keeping you. Right? Right? All right. Yeah, so let us look at the value of wisdom. The value of wisdom. Why it is important for you to acquire wisdom even before wealth. You ought to acquire wisdom before wealth. When you have wisdom before wealth, then you will know how to manage your wealth. But having wealth before wisdom, then all that you garnered, you sweat for, is gonna blow up in smoke, and it's gonna disappear like the wind. Yes. But in this world, when everything turns around, like you see a few people in the comment section here, right? Completely lacking wisdom. But what are we gonna do? They are in the space with us. So we have to tolerate them and use wisdom to correct them. You cannot use fire to fight fire. Right? Blind cannot lead a blind. Right? So if you are the one that is seen, you don't join them and build on their economy of stupidity. No. You show them the way how to ascertain wisdom. Right? How to ascertain wisdom. I, born in the 50s, known as the baby boomers. If any of you watching, born in the 50s, you are the baby boomers. If you're born from the year 2000, yes, you are the Gen Zs. Now we are known as baby boomers because we have the experience. We would shorten it and say, been there, done that. Yes, I once was a child. I once knew how to creep. I once, when I was at a stage when mommy has to put a nipple buckle in my mouth. No. I reach a stage, now I know how to teach someone how to feed properly. Right? Because I've been there and I have done that. So that is why the elders born in the 50s coming on to now is known as baby boomers, because we call the younger generation, the generation that is coming and going to be rulers of tomorrow, we call them the Gensus, meaning the generation, the kings, the queens, the policymakers, the lawyers, the doctors. So we have to boom them, we have to take care of them, we have to nurture them, right? Now, but we have some people here want to flip the script. They knew nothing, but they want to teach, they want to correct, and they are not correct. So that is why the topic this morning is the value of wisdom, right? Now, you have some people don't value wisdom. They value ego, as you have seen earlier on. And plenty of people are egoistic and they call it wisdom. Now, you must differentiate ego from wisdom, right? You must differentiate ego from wisdom, right? The privilege that you have, that you can text, you can comment, you can, doesn't mean that you have wisdom. You have a privilege. Wisdom now will teach you how to use that privilege wisely, as wisdom has taught me to use this app wisely. Right? So I implore upon you all to use wisdom in everything you do. We want this place to be a better place. Yes. And I'm quite sure all of you on the app here, whether you just join and run off, want this place to be a better place. And remember, it is you who have to make this place a better place. Yes. It is you, as Bob Marley said, none but ourselves can free our mind. None but ourselves can free our mind. You and all of you want this place to be a better place. What are you doing in the space and the time to make this place a better place? You want crime and violence, yes, to erase. What are you doing? What are you doing to erase crime and violence? Bring it back to a level. If it can erase, quite frankly, it cannot erase, but it can be controlled, that one don't blatantly look at you and destroy you because of the lack of proper laws. Right? Because the proper laws, the proper Prevention Act is not put in place to sufficiently scare those who will blatantly may shoot you in a broad daylight. Right? And the reason why that cannot be so is because of the dreaded word called corruption. You know, the dreaded word called corruption. Yes. All those who disagree with me can come on. Yeah. The reason why I want to pull up at your feet 200 people are, and unalive 8 people, 10 people, 6 people, are even one in broad daylight, while the rule stipulated that you must not take another man's life because a penalty is there to serve. 35 years to life. And because of corruption, not even that can scare them from doing it. Now, you think about 35 years of your life. You're a young man, you're 20. You're 20. You just leave school. You just get the privilege to patrol and to set your feet firmly in society, to garner all that is in society, to enrich yourself, your family, because you have a family. Everyone has a family. And at age 20, 21, 25, you are giving up that freedom, that liberty to going behind bars for 35 years, and that doesn't scare you. And the reason why that doesn't scare you, because you trusted the system. You trust the system that corruption will enter the system one way or another. That you're always thinking, I'm going to get away. I will get away. I have my links at the very top where the decision is made. And once I can grace the palm, should I say that, once you can buy your way through, your wrong will become right. And you're back on the street again. You were only there for a time, but you're back. The same old you. Some may take the time out and said, that's a big chance we take, when we did do that, I know get a second chance. So, something, me go and turn a different page, I'm going to turn a different page. Me lucky. If you want to use the word luck, I find myself in a situation like that. I could have never used the word luck. It is blessed, I am blessed. Why? My freedom has given back to me. The powers that being decided to give me back my freedom. Because when man said, no, your real father says yes. Come on. I'm not talking about your biological father. I'm talking about the head cook and back washer of the energy, yes, that make things possible, that give you a space and life to maneuver in. Yeah. That's the energy that makes it possible or for you, right? You did not create the space that you are operating in. You're making millions of dollars. The opportunity were given to you just like by dance. Give us the opportunity on this up, right? To do whatsoever you want to do, to enrich yourself or to damage yourself. Yes, the franchise is there, the choice is there for you. You now must decide what you want to do with the opportunity that you receive. That's why I choose teaching. That's why I take up the role of teaching. I realized that I was born 1957. I realized that I'm still living in 2024, right? I've garnered as much experience. I've seen so many things. I've seen so many live and die. I've seen the rich die. I've seen the poor die. I see the not so rich. I saw the pretty. I saw the ugly. I saw the bad. I saw the good. I saw from 1957 until now. I've seen so many things. I've seen so many changes. So then, what better role to play at this time but to guide the Jensens, those who are just coming in the system and do not fully overs how to maneuver in the system. How do I skillfully still have life and energy to do what I am doing on a daily basis, coming through the system from so long in a world of corruption? Right? How do you manage that? When you look and you look at the graveyard, the cemeteries, you saw mass graves. And majority of the time, it is young people that occupying those spots. Yes. Now, I care less if I get paid for what I'm doing right now. Honest to God. I care less if you want to send me a lion, tiger, or a bear. I care less. I'm feeling comfortable with myself in eradicating your ignorance, what you did not know, and so that you can live to be 68 like me and to enjoy life so you can be a baby boomers over a period of time to guide the next generation, that continuation of life. So I am not here crazing for your accolades, because I know the entity of the universe had recognized what I'm doing, and no lion, no spaceship can equate the gift of life. Nothing that you can send to me and I change it out. I change it out for diamonds can equate the value of life. I wonder if you get what I'm saying. I wonder if you got what I am saying. Right? So the craze for me, all right. Let me break it down. A lot of you sitting there who don't possess with a good mind would have felt that if I don't send him a lion, if I don't send him a spaceship, he will never function. He will never function. I'm not going to help him to function. But the help that I need, the energy that I need, already given to me by the head cook and bottle washer of this space that both me and you are in. I just want you to come to your senses. I just want you to come to your senses. And you repeat these words but do not know the essence of what you're saying. Once there is life, there is hope. And you say these words randomly because, yes, you can repeat them, but you're not looking at the essence of the word you're speaking. Because you will say the word no, and you say one in another statement down the road, you go against the word that you said. So then if we are keen observers, keen listeners, keen reasoners, your brain is ticking. We will identify those flaws in your reasoning. Yes. And when we brought them to you now, and we started to open you up, you will either get boisterous or disrespectful, or, you try to interrupt the whole proceedings, right? So one has to be careful. Right? We are speaking this morning. It is 3:30. Right? The topic is the value of wisdom. The value of wisdom. How Mavis Staples once have a song that said, "Are you sure that there's nothing you can do to help someone worse off than you?" And it maybe said, "Think before you answer. Are you sure?" Are you sure? You must take time out to think before you answer and before you act. Come on, Jensus. This is your class. Right? Think before you answer and think before you act. Look first at the repercussion. And when you're looking at the repercussion, don't only look at the near future. Don't only look at the near future. Look beyond the near and also look to the distant future. That what you do today, how will it affect you tomorrow? Remember Shined? I don't know if you know this artist. He has a song named Strive. And in that song he said, although you kill a man this week, don't believe your ending a go sweet. Kaja is a silent river, and it runs deep in the distance. Right? So what you do today and you got away with it, you believe that it is over and done. But at some point in time, your file can rerun. Like, I saw lots of people using the internet stupidly. Lot of people do not know why it is called the internet. The value of wisdom. Why it is called the internet. You know, a lot of you don't meditate. A lot of you looking for idea from Mr. Big, the elephants, the tigers, right? In whatever shape or form, or Mr. Big Man, lots of money, lots of material things. And everything that they said, because of their influence with them in their material world, you take it for gospel. Not necessarily so, brethren and friends, brothers and sisters, not necessarily so. Not necessarily so. You see, being as I am satisfied with the ants to teach me, the ants that we all stepped on. They had to teach me. And I look for one of the craniest insects to teach me. So with those two teaches me, the ants and the spider or the Anansi teaching me, I am well taught. Yes, I am well taught. The most rejected insect, the cranies of insect, I would have never gone to the wasp or the wasp to teach me, because the wasp didn't unlearn. The wasps moved too hastily. The posts were teaching the goat to climb. When the post put up his 2 feet, he turned around to the goat and said, "Who are you going to teach next?" The goat said the dog, and the post come back down and don't show him. Because the goat said, the post said, the dog is my enemy, and then your enemy you are going to teach me, catch me. So that's why the goat cannot climb, but can only put their 2 feet up cannot go any further. Right? You know, want wisdom this morning? Yes. Yes. That's why the goat only can put up him 2 foot. Because the question did ask, who are you going to teach? The dog. Pussy, no. Me can show you this and you go show me your enemy how to catch me. No. So it is the same thing. You have to go figure out that for yourself. And I said that to say this. The internet, try and find out why it has been called the internet. The internet, and it made up with terminology as with the net, the website, just as a spider. Just as an Nancy. They are the one that deal. They are the one that give them the idea of the first one to go in his cranium and copy the spider. And said, if I build my web, put up some net here, all the flies will get caught in it, and I will have the advantage over them. So you keep saying this. I think Desmond Dekker, that most of the Gensus who don't know, did sing a song that said, come into me parlor, the spider said to the fly, long run, short catch. Come on, repeat that. Come into me parlor, the spider said to the fly, long run, short catch. So those who don't have the wisdom of the spider, how to set their website to catch how many people, the people of the universe, to caught into the net, the web of human thoughts. You caught into the net of human mind power. The power of the mind. And I said all of that to say this. The internet is a footprint to your destiny. Gensus, I'm speaking to you this morning, and some baby boomers too who do not know that whatsoever, every single word I said on this, on the internet, it has been recorded, and it can either elevate me or it can bring me down to the ground. It will never erase. That's the power of the mind. The initiator, the one that goes in his or her cranium and are disciplined enough to watch that spider set that web to catch his prey. Yes. And emulate that spider. Emulate that Anansi. No for emulate the wasp. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you the reason why. The bees and the wasp. Out of the two, the wasp is more attractive than the bees. Now, the bees is less attractive but more meaningful. You don't have a wasp keeping. You don't see anybody raise wasps because they are not important. But they raise the crony and less attractive bees because the bees makes the best liquid of the land. The bees sweetened the universe. The bees make medicine, the wasp makes poison. Because the wasp did not tarry to learn. So just like the cat and the goat, they only acquire half of the knowledge. And just like the biblical story, that God did not teach Satan how to blow a breath. So you just learn partially. Some of you are early front runners. And Sugar Miner tell you that in his song. Right? Some of you just hastily get a little taste of the honey and run with it and said you have knowledge and say you're bright, but you're not yet completed in knowledge. You only can put up your 2 foot just like the goat. You only can make the corn just like the wasp. You cannot make the honey because you did not hurry to learn how to make the honey. To do all of that, there's a thing. Need humility, humble, and another word called discipline. Discipline. So to control, to be humble, and to be disciplined, there is one major opponents that you must get rid of. And I'm not going to hold you in suspense too long. Pride. Once you get rid of pride and started to emulate the cronies insect on earth, the smallest things on earth, right? Then you're on your way. Or else, you are going to go to the elephant who isn't as wise as the spider. You are running to the rhinoceros, who is not as smart as the ants. It's a life like this. You notice that this side don't go up. You notice that nobody appreciate what I'm saying. You see, nobody, you realize that the line of wisdom I'm teaching, nobody agrees. Because when you agree with stupidity, this is what we see here, the power tappers coming in. Yes. But this rich substance of knowledge passing down to you without any level of appreciation, not even amen, not even a true, not even well said, not even a yes, not even that. For the power of the knowledge, that's why we are the topic is the value of wisdom. So it is showing you clearly that whosoever is here watching me does not value wisdom. Wisdom shines bright and never grows dim. Those who love her and look for her can easily find her. Wisdom. And we can detect when your wisdom base is not up. We can easily detect. You can't fool us. Because we look and to see what you agree with and what you disagree with. I don't know if you were here at the very beginning of the show, and as I started to talk, someone typed in the comments box, well, Jesus is not real. And I did not mention anything about Jesus. Completely gone off the topic that I am on. Right? But he just that individual just comes on, saw a man. And without wisdom would have teaches him to listen, look, and learn before comment. I did a video the other day singing a new name Jah gave me. Pussy man is my name. The batty man like my. Now, while I was doing it on the street, a young man was passing, and if you look at the video carefully, you will see a man pass and said, "You know, like Johnny." And it could. He was passing so fast that his stupidity still show. Right? When it's someone I knew, and after watching the video, I took the video to him and said, "You try to spoil my video, but you make the video more interesting." Right? Because you give that additional prep to the video that people after attack about you. Right? Then he said to me, and when we watch back the video, we realize that we never hear what you say. That means he did not listen, he did not think. His ego tell him to say what him want to say, what him think me say. That is the reason why it is best for you to listen and learn. Right? It is best for you to listen carefully. Like I said, Mavis Staple said, think before you answer. Are you sure? Listen and learn. Listen, please. Please listen before you speak. Listen before you condemn. You listen and learn before you agree. Yes, listen, all of those things first before you agree to anything, not only me, anyone has said. Right? Don't let your ego rules you. Take control of your ego. Right? Take control of your ego. There's a lot of egoistic spirit going around in this time. Right? The get rich mentality comes from an egoistic background. The fast world comes from an egoistic background. Control your ego. You lie in your bed and you envision $1 million, and your ego make you go for your rifle, right, and never return home. You return from whence you came in a solid box, right, because of your ego. Ego to get rich. Ego to want to go to the Vybz Kartel show. You know how many planning for the 31st and how many not going to reach, although they're planning. So the higher the monkey climb is the more he exposed, right? So the higher the price is the more the ego chips in, right? That's why they said the cost of living going up, not coming down. For you to climb, to expose your ego, how to get and the money to buy the TV that you can speak to, right? Yeah. So don't let your ego, you see a neighbor, a driver F6, what do you call it, F6 or F5, you want to, the ego make you started to do the things that will make you see, go as close as this to the S6 or the S5 and cannot take it. Your ego, because you did not wait until the seed that you're supposed to sow properly mature. You want to take shortcut. Come on. Una pretty up the word shortcut. And I call it chop. Chop. Chop the line. That means you're not waiting to be mature. You are going premature. You are going to take the dumpling off the fire before it cook. It will hurt your belly. It's going to hurt your stomach. The dumpling not well cook. So you chop the line of the time. Dumpling takes 7 minutes to cook. And you take that nyame for 3 minutes. You're chopping the line. Let me tell you, don't. I saw somebody say hallelujah, and I saw someone say truth. Thank you for your encouragement. That only tells me that I am not alone, right? And my wisdom that I'm departing unto you, it's worthwhile. Some, at least 2 persons, had acknowledged the value of wisdom. At least 2 persons have acknowledged the value of wisdom. Right? Right? Those that seen it, hearing it, benefiting from it, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. You need to have a more transparent mindset. You need to develop, you need to act upon truth and the words of wisdom. You need to support those two things, right? And simply by even doing this, you're supporting truth. Because, as I said before, we have seen you supporting life that has less value. Life that telling people who they are to suck, right? Life that telling people how, how much of the human Gentiles that they devour, right? And the right side of the screen is at no rest. Fully automatically engaged. There's another thing. I've been in the streets. And if it wasn't for... Most of my support comes internationally, not from Jamaica. Not from Jamaica. I remember, I think it was 2009, I entered the Rising Star. And the encounter with Anthony Miller makes me a star. Now, what Anthony Miller said to the average people, they could not see it as a positive. But not only that I see it as a positive, it has propelled me to stardom until this very day. And that was 2009. This is 2024. And what Anthony Miller had said to me as the judge, it is that propels me. It that gives me the notice of the general public. Because when I sing, Anthony Miller said, "You're boring. You're very boring. Even the flies on the wall are much more entertaining than you." And those remarks makes me a star. And how I'm going to know that I'm a star is when I go in the general public. All fingers were pointing at me. See the man there? See the man there? See the man there? Anthony Miller say, "Are you Anthony Miller say? Are you Anthony Miller? Where you did I sing?" I engage every single person. Would I cuss him? Would I do this? Would I do that? I have everybody engaged because of the negative comments. And I turn it around to be positive. If Anthony Miller did not say that about me, no one would have known me. Because the mindset of the people is dwell on negativity. They respond to negative. That's what I'm trying to get at you. They respond to the negative things. If Anthony never say that about me, then no, some of them saying it, with an intention of me to fold up and die. I can remember a young me say to me, "So tell me something, where all you join Rising Star for?" That time it was $1 million. Then all you, $1 million you want to win? You see the mindset of the people. Anthony Miller have a right to run you off, I'm sure. You see the mindset. And where is that person that passed those remarks? I don't know, but the world knows me. And that was the beginning of stardom for me. That opened the floodgates of engaged. So I started to engage with people from there. That is an igniter to where I am now. Who I am. Some people still remember it. Some people can still recognize it. And in the enter Rising Star, some of the baby boomers, right, can still remember that 2009 when I entered the Rising Star, right? Right? Didn't have as much knowledge and wisdom as I have now, but it was enough to know that Anthony Miller did not do me any harm, because after the program was aired and I saw it, I was embarrassed. And I said, wait, if you get back to that man, I started to think, I can't go lick him down, I go to prison, right? Where me I go find him? But me said, me put in a song in my ear. And I never knew how to write a song. I never write a song before. I used to play music, but I thought that writing a song was the hardest thing to do. And because of that remarks, I wrote my first song. Because I was so furious of what Anthony said to me. I said, I have to get back to Anthony Miller. And I take up my pen, and I take up my paper, and I start to write. The exact word that you're going to hear. Mr. Miller, I'm no pillar for you sleep on. I'm ain't no fence for you lean on. You depend the TV at this man. Mr. Miller, watch what you said on your program. Right? Right? I said, me enter your stage figure, sing song. Me never expect you for this man. Mr. Miller, Ty Chicos, big in a London, in a Europe, or even Japan. My first ever effort of writing a song. Right? I said, Mr. Miller, while you find me boring, the girls them find me adoring. Mr. Miller, answer me question. Am I too old to be scoring? Right? I was 50 years. Right? And it is his downgrading remarks. Do you remember what I said? He said, you are boring. You are very boring. Even the flies on the walls are much more entertaining than you. Oh gosh, that was harsh. I continue in the song to say, me take the positive out of your negative. Me now go make your mouth make me can't live. Right? Me a jobless picnic, and me must have a thing positive. Yeah, and that complete the song. And I repeated it, never recorded it, did it on many stage shows. So many. I know I top one of the top producer at the time begging me to do that song. But I made know clearly that Anthony Miller did not do me anything wrong. He do me more good more than bad, because he pulled out my poetry. He pulled out my writing skill. I have to go into the cranium of my mind, right, to come out with something. And so many songs I've written From that, joy drops, wisdom, yes, watch your fire, right? I have written Putti right? Spinning it, right? All those songs have been written by me. Lots of you see me in the street does not know, but the one, the entity, the world that I am in, the head cook and the battle washer, knew who I am. So you are not important if you don't want to know who I am. I did a video the other day, said interview before intercourse. You feel you believe that interviewing me is going to make me more popular than you, so you don't interview me. TVJ, they takes my image, CVM takes my image, but would have never called me for an interview to find out what do you have inside of you. But my image but my image that will propel your station, that's what you use. Yes, my image, that's what you use. How many you know how many people makes millions on thousands of dollars of my TikTok videos? Yes, they do, because I give them the opportunity. I want them to help me spread my positive messages, right? And they duly oblige and make themselves a man out of it, right? Yes, I gave them the start. I gave away from what I have, right? Because if they did not find it important, they would have never take out their valuable cell phone to film it. If they weren't getting something from it, they would have never recorded it and posted it and earned from it, right? And I gave them the opportunity to do it. Yes. Because there are much more to gain than to lose. Now the world knows me. Now the world knows me. And some people, they use my sound, the voice, and they put their own images to them to show you how my sound is important to them. Yeah? How they found value in it. They found value in my thoughts, my initiative, my speech, right? My style, my guile. Yeah? So they add to it. I saw someone said, Elder, take it easy. Did I touch Anonymous? Anonymous, come back here. I didn't want to be distracted. Let me address Anonymous, right? Anonymous, I noticed you said, let me say hi to Anonymous, but you then goes on to say, Elder, go easy. Now, Anonymous, what do you mean? What do you mean? Explain to my few viewers, what do you mean? Because clearly, I don't overs what you are saying here, right? So, see if we can, the advice what you want to give me, see if you can put it in different words, no? Right? Go easy. I'm sitting here, going as easy as Sunday morning, right? My memory chips in, my vocal is up, right? So tell me what you really mean. Now, these are the sort of things I speak about. Now, go easy. That means I'm going too fast, too far, too hard into truth. Now, this man, this individual is saying, no, go so hard in a truth. You know, I wonder if he realized that that's what he's saying. As gone to our terminology of go easy, ease off the gas. No make the car go so fast, right? I'm afraid to die. So, Anonymous, are you afraid of being exposed by the levels of truth that I am speaking? So you are asking me to ease down? What you do, you took me back to the earlier days before I knew who I was as a discerner, and a certain recording artist let me know that I am a discerner, because she was also a discerner, right? So anyone is going through that studio, she will have to come out and give the God permission if the God should let in the individual, right? And when she comes out, and the God sent call the discerner and said, this man has said, I did want to see Luciano, right? Right? The God said, this man has said, in come to Luciano. Should we let him in? And when the discerner come out, and the discerner saw me, she was a female. She's still a female. She's still alive. She said, let him in. You can't see that. I wanna with that. I wanna the true one, that anything that him tells you, a psycho. That at that point, I didn't even know who I am. Thank you for your gift. I didn't even know who I am. But that discerner make it known to me, and also his fellow workman who I am. He said, there's nothing false about this man. Let him in. Right? Now, the two guards, they did not satisfied. So they want to put me to the test. Right? So they said, all right. One of them said, all right, since as you are a discerner then. Because, tell you the truth, I didn't even know the meaning of the terms discerner. I didn't even know it. So him said to me, say, all right, since as you can see things, tell me something about myself. At first I'm beholding this man, and I started to tell him about his humble beginnings, his family background, on all things. Now, just to realize I was there just as a vessel. But the words that it's coming out was coming from the Almighty God himself that dwells within me. Because it's him who knew this man. I don't know him. Right? But I was there only as a vessel. And he was there keeping quiet, listening to me carefully. Then the other God turned to him and said, what he's saying is true. He said, the man never miss a point. He said, the man never miss a point. Then the other God looked at me and said to me, I buck your buck up, man. I guess your guess. Tell me something about myself. And it is the worst thing I do believe that man ever do in his life. because I don't know this man. I didn't know this man neither than I knew the first one. Right? This man has questionable background working at a very, very, very important place. Right? And when the Spirit started to reveal this man about 3/4, I'm not going to tell you, all right, when I touched that he was a pedophile, right? He ran to me with his hands open and he do so on my mouth and says, "Stop talk." And from that day until this day, I trusted myself that God is using me as a vessel to speak through me to you. And you'd have heard me go all through the rigmaroles and come back to you. The value of wisdom. When I leave school, I could have never read and write. So I was taught wisdom directly from the universe, not the university. That's why I don't have a PhD, right? Because you're proven bright by man stamping you, but my stamp of approval is the wisdom that I bear, and that the wisdom that I imparted unto you, that is my stamp of approval of being bright and right light and upright. Right? I don't have that approval on paper. That is the reason why it is best to interview an individual and to know what inside, and don't take that paper or that rubber stamp for granted. And because you have seen it, you say, yes, the person bright, that person can get that stamp of approval through favors. Through favors. But when you get it, when the head cook and buckle washer of the universe give you the stamp of approval that you are bright, as he had shown to me that day at Sonic Sound, that I responsible for brightness. And if I'm gonna make you bright, I'm gonna make you bright. If I'm gonna make you dull, I'm gonna make you dull. He has the handle. That entity has the handle. Moves you and groove you, mold you and hold you and control you. Isn't a life like this important? Isn't not this type of life should be on at this time, when we have so much negativity in our space? Shouldn't be the life that we are bringing out into the general public is to eradicate and educate? That is the best, highest level of entertainment. Eh? Can we entertain through education? Eh? Can't we engage through knowledge, wisdom? Can't we? Do we have to go to the level of go suck your mother? You do this, could do that, my rifle also, and my rifle also. Those are the program you support. If I were on that program, look here, this is how that side would be going up, If that I were saying, that is how the right hand side of the screen would be going. can't tell me say I like her. Sit down and watch all the while. But probably it's the first time you'd have heard me speaking against it. Because I think before I act, that when I come out to speak, the evidence is there. Yes. So what probably you're doing now, you're examining yourself. Yes. This is the People's Progressive Science. Yes. Powered by Tychicus, the Revelator. Right? Don't come here to mislead you. I once did a video that said, I love pum pum, the more son get it, the less. And because I use the word pum pum, and many people want to ridicule me, the video go viral in a second. In a second, the video go viral. And I do many videos apart from that with more educational stuff, and it you know got more than 50 views. And 2 people like it. Yeah. You see the world we are in? Wisdom shines bright and never grows dim. Those who love her and look for her can easily find her. She is quick to make herself known to anyone who desired her. Get up early in the morning to find her, and you will have no problem. You will find her sitting at your doors to fasten your attention. And wisdom is to gain perfect understanding. If you look for her, you will soon find peace of mind, because she will looking for those who are worthy, and she will find you wherever you are. She is kind and will be with you in your every thoughts. Right? Wisdom begins with you sincerely want to learn. Verse 17, wisdom begins when you sincerely want to learn, and you're not egoistic. If you're egoistic, then you won't want to learn. You will depending on your ego instead of wisdom. So that's why the writer said, wisdom begins with you sincerely. That who sincerely want to learn. It goes on to say, to desire wisdom is to love her. To love her is to keep her laws. To keep her laws. To be certain of immorality. Immorality will bring you close. Hold on. Well, let me say. Not immorality, sorry. Immortality. Right? It says here, let me read that again. To love her is to keep her laws. To keep her laws is to be certain of immorality. Right? Immorality will bring you close to God, your maker, your head cook and bottle washer, the owner of the universe, that entity. Immorality. Right? This desire for wisdom, this desire for wisdom can prepare you to rule a kingdom. Eh? So then, you that rule the nation, if you value your thrones and symbols of authority, honor wisdom, so that you may be ruled forever. Your kingdom, honor this. You want it to live. He used the word immortality. Use wisdom. Allow wisdom to guide you. Allow wisdom to protect you. If you have learned from my teaching this morning, the 8th of October, then don't be hesitant in passing on the words. If you did not share the live, you can still tell people about the People's Progressive Science. We will here to teach you and reach you. Our intention is for you to progress, for you to use your own initiative and progress in life. I may not have great material value, but if your IQ is up, you would see I have great value in wisdom. How much I value it. Once you love the female, you love wisdom. If you notice, wisdom as described here as her. Wisdom is described here as her. To love her is to keep her laws. To keep her laws is to be certain of immorality. So the first step to wisdom is to love woman. Is to love woman and their product to produce. So that is the first line of wisdom. A one who goes around unaliving a woman, we cannot say they act in great wisdom. No matter what the woman do, you're biting the hands that feed you. Once you unalive a female. Well, you know why I'll close alive, eh? Because me there and talk too much foolishness. Not even the female them where me even advocate for those say amen or a true. So you see when me I open up the team, and that's why most people do not come on my live, because they cannot stand the truth being opened up to them when they knew themselves. That's why most people don't come in my life. God bless those that come. When I close the live, I research back and see who spent 15 minutes and the longest one. No, you know those people are blessed from the crown of their head and to the sole of their feet. You can analyze those people and see, yeah, go in my analytics, yes, and see that this is the most longest stayer on the live. He finds value in what I am saying. if value weren't there to him, he would have gone, or he or she would have gone away long time. But he spent even 15 minutes, even an hour, even 10 minutes. So, like I said, this is the spider's web, and it exposes a lot of you people, right? It is like having an old wall, and you put some white paint or some pretty color paint on the old wall, right? So that your outer appearance is glowing, is glistening, right? It's like a settee. The board inside is rotten, but the upholstery work is shiny and nice. When you see it, you say, gosh, brand new settee. But the board is old, the nails are old, yes, the sponge is old, only the covering is new. And that is how a lot of you appears to me. Outer court, the outer court, but your inner court cannot be exposed, and that's why a lot don't comment and a lot don't support, because they support, and you say they're custom now of using false names. Yes, the custom of using false name. It's a reason. It's not that it's true that you don't want to give away your identity, yes, but being as the whole question of dual relationship, you find that people coming on the internet now giving a name, they just build up a name when they are coming on, because they do not want John Brown to identify that you are agreeing with a Tychicus saying, God said a man to a woman and a woman to a man. You, for instance, you are in a dual relationship and your name is Jennifer, right? Right? Your counterpart, if you agree with what I'm saying, your counterpart will see that, wait, oh yeah, agree with Tychicus. Yeah, betray me. Yes. So that is the reason for the whole heap a change of false name. You know? Right? Because of the amount of dual relationship. Right? That's because you know that men has come to the time now. When I was born, it was used to be mama and papa. Right? It used to be mama and papa, sisters and brothers, right? Now it is papa and mama and brother and sister, right? You understand that clearly now. But some people are in dual relationship. Some people are with, they have two husbands of the opposite sex. They have a mama and papa relationship, and they have a mama and mama relationship, to make it more clearer to you that you can say, you know, understand what me I say, right? You have a sister to sister relationship, and you have a sister to brother relationship, a double relationship. So you cannot afford to come and give away your identity here, because the on the other side are going to know that you are in relationship with another entity over here, right? So when you see now watch no face, right? Now watch no face, right? You don't know who. You just don't know is who. You could have looked till you're dead, and when me a come on, me put on that username, right? You could have there beside me, could have there beside your support you, and you don't know me. because me no put Tai Chicos, me put John roll over on top. Right? So nobody believes it. We don't know. No, a lot of you may not happy to know that me expose it like that. Right? But we know things. We not naive. Right? We know things. And we not use with wisdom to make trouble or to degrade or disgrace anybody. I'm using my wisdom for correction. Right? I'm using so if you're humble enough and wanted advice, we don't do it openly. It must be concealed. Right? All you do, you take note. Right? You inbox me. Right? Since as you do not want, because I knew a lot of people are in a lifestyle right now and they are miserable and want to get out of it. A lot of people take on a lifestyle that now becomes dangerous even to get out. A lot of relationships want to be ended, but they are afraid that their life will end. Right? They are in situation that they want to get out of. So they are not going to openly come in a comments box and say that you can use my inbox and you can get in touch with me. And if I saw, let me use back the word here. Wisdom begins with you when you sincerely want to learn. Right? Right? Wisdom begins when you sincerely want to learn. So wisdom begins if you sincerely want to get out of the situation that you are in. Right? You sincerely want to get out. You're tired of it. It makes you miserable. It makes you feel guilty. It makes you feel unpurposeful. And you want to get out of that situation. Right? But your pride and your courage is not there. So you need help to get out. You can get in touch with me. I will impart some of my knowledge of what I learned, some of the antidotes, right? And some of the purgery, right? To purge you out so you can get out of the situation. For instance, you're a female, whether male or female, and you have been overrun and tackled by incubus and succubus, right? And you know that incubus is the male demons who have sex with females when they are asleep. Incubus doesn't come to you when you're awake, and a lot of you females are experiencing a relationship with incubus, right? When you are not conscious and you slept, you go to your bed, you wake up with vagina properly utilized and you did not give consent, or you did not have a partner beside you, but your vagina is ravaged. The same thing happens over on the other side with the male, with succubus. Yes, succubus will come and succubus will have her way. Succubus is a female, will have her way with the male in their sleep. And you may in that sleep and you feel the sweetness of sexual activities till you even ejaculate. It goes on even to the point where some women are impregnated by these demons but cannot bring a child. They see all the symptoms of pregnancy, but one thing they will never see a child. So a lot of them go around and people accuse them because they did saw the tummy rise. People did saw it, and all of a sudden it gone back as normal as ever, right? So they said a girl a skull belly, a girl a dash with a belly, cause when me no see her pregnant last week, right? With the belly gone, right? Said that wasn't a real pregnancy, right? So we have to know all these things. A lot of you are going through all these things, and if you don't want the remedy for it, yes, I am here to guide you into that regard. I can tell you how to overcome them, right? How to avoid them, right? I know that you are suffering badly with this, and just to go a little further, those evil spirits, they are jealous. Once they are in your life, it will destabilize your normal relationship, right? How does it do that? After you have been ravaged by these demons, your husband comes home to you. Now you were properly sexed by this demon. You have no feelings for your husband or your wife, either way, right? So you started to turn your back on each other, started to destabilize your relationship. They will even fill your belly with air pie. You don't even want to cook for your husband, right? You don't, because they are jealous. Because that spirit want to break up your lifestyle, so they can always have their way with you. Like some living person used to behave them way there, those are the spirit in them. Then know that you have your husband or your wife over there, but them are push them neck in here to break it up, right? And I know a lot of you are going on through all of this. A lot of you do not know where to turn. As a matter of fact, when you visit Obiaman, when you visit church, when you visit anything, and it remained the same way. There are simple methods to get rid of that. Find me in my inbox, and if you sincerely need wisdom, then I will pass it on to you. Without to maintain the privacy, right? And to avoid that stigma, right? Where your right hand know, no make your left hand know it, right? Where your right hand know, no make your left hand know it. Because man to man is so unjust. Just apply the spirit in your life. Solomon said, if you see wisdom wear down its doorstep. You want to understand what that means? That nobody now stick to person when you have no knowledge. Right? Wherever you saw wisdom, follow it up. If you have seen wisdom in my teaching, you're not going to come back. You're going to follow it up. But if a foolishness, nobody run from good. Nobody come tell me, say, me I go back to my baby father, because me left him 3 years ago. And me I go back to him. If indeed could from in the first place, you would left. You're not going to have a good man, good attitude, good hygiene, good everything, and left. And must because of something that is not good about him. Right? Right? Nobody now run for good. Not one single soul. Am I right? Or some of you do not know good? Yeah. Yes, because a lot of people do not know good. A lot of people do not know good. Because I'm quite sure you wouldn't call the value of this life doesn't tell on the scoreboard of what you've been hearing. On for over nearly 2 hours, and it is 304 likes, and a great proportion is me put them on, right? That means those that come on the live or on this live don't see this live good. They don't like it. So that is why the word sincerely has to be used in here. Right? Wisdom begins with you when you sincerely want to learn. So some of you there maybe just can't sleep in Cabos or Rabbit, right? And you just can't sleep. That's why you're on the live. Because your action doesn't suggest that you like what you're hearing. Or you like what you're seeing. Mighty God. Can truth talk any deeper than that? Can manifestation and revelation be any plainer than that? Well, so 4:47. We will go on until 5. And in doing so, if there are any question in the final 15 minutes that you want to ask me, if you were there and I've said things that is not clear to you, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna wait for you to ask me any question in the comment section. Any question, anything you need clarity on, anything you want to know, then you can ask the question. I'm not going to say if the option is there. I will know it is there because not too long ago Anonymous said I am to go easy coming through the comment section. So we know it is active, right? So we know it could only be your choice not to utilize it for your reason, because you must have a reason. When Anonymous says that, he has a reason. When the first one says Jesus no real, he has a reason, right? So there must be a reason why you are on. You heard. If I am going wrong to say that no, it's not so. I am not here as a dictator, right? Right? I am here with an option for you to say no, Tychicus. Wisdom is not important. Money is more important than wisdom. Yes, you are free to say what you want. You are free, and let we have a discussion on it that it can catch on to people, that other people can join the discussion, right? Other people can come in with different ideas. Then the Gensus who rely on these ops will learn, right? Now, when me alone is here and you are there not supporting the people who we are trying to reach, is the Gen Z, the next generation, to teach them the importance of wisdom, and there's no encouragement coming from you, then the Gen Zs, the younger generation, the generation of tomorrow, the future, will say that is no good. So that is how you are now portraying, right, in your mindset. That is what you're portraying to us discerners, who discern you through your action. Yeah. Some of you are not here to build. Some of you are here to kill. Not build, but to kill. So once building is improvement. People's progressive science. You hear what? I call this. I name this the people's progressive science. That means you must progress through the higher levels of the scientific world, which is wisdom, right? Yes, you must progress on the higher level, deeper thoughts, deeper thinking, right? More vicious revolutions, right? That is the eye of the eye science, right? That's why it is called the people's progressive science. Thank you, Stacy Boo. Share the live. Encourage more. Yeah. No. Thank you. You see how simply you can participate. You see how simply you can participate. But if I take the lead and start, suck your mother, the amount of things will come down in this comment section. And I think we should be ashamed of ourselves in behaving in those manner and trying to project to people that we are this nice, holy, good people, as I described you as a settee, a rebuilt settee. Only your covering. Only your covering is new and different. But your interior, which is your inner self, is saying different. A different thing from how you appear. That's right. So many false faces, so many false images. Some people commenting on your live with an emoji, a laughing emoji, a vexed emoji, right? That doesn't tell the essence of the story. You need to say, me no agree with you. That is shameful. Yeah, that's true. Right? Yeah. That's true. No one saw it go. Yes, I saw it go. Those are the comments that really sincerely meaningful. Well, I trust you would have learned a lot. Tonight, it was this morning, it was my greatest pleasure in bringing it to you, and anyone is on, if it is your wish, if you can stomach truth, you can easily join me again. right? Right? You can easily look out for the People's Progressive Stance. There is much more to gain than to lose here. What do you want to be? A gainer or a loser? Remember, I'm jack of all trade and master of versatility. You will see me over on Tai Chi Costa Revelator, Reginald 1950, a completely different person. Yes. Because I master versatility. You will see me downtown, a completely different person. You will see me uptown, a completely different person. No, I'm coming from the confine of my dwellings, and I'm a different person. So versatility is the key. When you can fit in to whatsoever role you want to play. I can fit in as a counselor, I can fit in as a preacher, I can fit in as a teacher, I can fit in as a lover, right? I can fit in as a disc jock, a radio, mic toaster. So many things I can fit into. And that is showing a sign of blessings. Please, don't grudge me. Don't grudge me. I work for it. I asked for it. I deserved it. So the powers, the head cook and the bottle washer gifted me like this. So don't grudge me. Don't grudge me. Strive to reach this level. 7 years on sex fasting, pure meditation, slept with the most sexiest of women, did not have sexual intercourse for 7 years. I built my discipline there. I built my purity, my sanity, and my alkalinity there. And because of much more than the lion or your spaceship or your likes. So the gift that I have received for my good work, my courage, my discipline, and my determination, and my sincerity plays out, and I use the word immortally. I want to wish you a happy and peaceful Tuesday. Tai Chi Costa is out.